Alright, so this video is for task 2, where we are reviewing some of those top steps up at the top. Don't call me after midnight. Remember, we just did these: add, subtract, multiply, and divide. So the top 3 are the ones we're focusing on today. We are going to do them kind of out of order. So D is for distribute when you see things in parentheses. C is for combine like terms. And then M is for move the variable. So on these sample problems, this is going to be our combine, this is going to be our distribute, and this is going to be our move to one side. So when we are combining like terms, remember, like terms are things that look the same. So for number 1, when we combine our like terms, we have 5 x's and 2 x's. Those x's are on the same side of the equal sign, meaning I can put them together. So when I put them together, I do exactly like it says. I have 5 plus 2 for a total of 7 x's. Now, anything else I didn't touch, I didn't change, I didn't move. I simply rewrite. Okay? So in my call after midnight, I've done the combining. Now this takes us back to the first 2 steps. So 7x, I move 3 by adding it to both sides. And then I divide everything by 7, and x is a -4. Do a quick check, again, either on a phone calculator or that Calculate 84. So 5 times -4, sorry, I forgot it, minus 3 plus 2 times -4, and do I get -31? Yes, I do. So make sure you're checking your work there. So again, combine after midnight here. When I see combining, I have a -7 and a +22. No changes to W, so I'm going to leave that 6W. No changes to -45. So number-wise, I have -7 and a +22. I do what they say. So remember, you plug that into your calculator to see what that looks like, and we end up with +15. Next, 6W, move that 15 to the other side through the opposite operation. Last step, divide everything by 6, and W is a -10. Okay, and then do a quick check to see if you get this. Put all of this in your calculator and see if you get this number. Okay, so on the next part, we are distributing, meaning if you have parentheses, whatever is in front of the parentheses is multiplied to all 3 pieces, or all of the pieces in the parentheses. So 7 times y is 7y. 7 times 3 is 21, and that equals -28. So this is don't after midnight. So we're kind of breaking these up into more of the basics for the start of this. So we've done the distributing, now we do the add or subtract, just like we were doing on task 1. So subtract 21 from both sides. 7y equals -49. And then multiply or divide. In this case, we are dividing. -49 divided by 7 is -7. Now, when you check in your calculator, you need to enter it just like you see it. So 7 times -7 plus 3 with those parentheses, and we did get -28. Make sure you are checking and typing it in just like you see it. So same thing on number 2. If you want to pause this one and try it on your own and then check with the work, that's fine. I have a -2 in front, so -2 times 4x is -8x. -2 times -5 is a +10. Next step, move 10 through the opposite operation, so I would be subtracting. So -10 equals -8x. And then divide by -8, and the calculator will tell me it's a pretty 5/4. Or you can write it as 1.25. Again, if I didn't care about decimals versus fractions in class, I don't care about it online, that's for sure. Okay, and then the last problem here, we just have one of these, is to remind you what to do if you have variables on both sides. So again, this is probably still going to go like this. We're going to move the variable to one side. So if you notice, I have 6k and 2k, so I have variables on both sides. So I'm going to move the variables to be on the same side. I'm going to take this 2k, move it to the other side. When I move it, I'm rewriting it, and I'm changing the sign, okay? So it was a positive over here. It moves over here and becomes a negative. So then I do what it says, just like combining my like terms. I have 6k's, I'm taking away 2, so I have 4k's total. And then anything I didn't touch, I'm bringing down. So that's your M for moved variables to both sides. Let me do a different color. Then I'm going to do my add or subtract, just like we've been doing. So move that 3, make it the opposite sign. So 4k equals 16. And then last step, divide by 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. And then when you check, you would type it in like this to your calculator in 2 separate pieces. So 6 times 4 is 24 minus 3 is 21. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 13 is 21. As long as these two match, then you've done it correctly.